Hi everyone, today I'm going to review the new Hourglass foundation. It's the Vanish Stick Foundation and I have it in the shade Bisque. It is made in Korea and comes with 0.25 ounces or 7.2 grams. This shade has a strong yellow undertone. I think it blends really nicely. Feels like you're applying like a liquid foundation actually, but in a stick form. Compared to the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation in 117, it does seem to oxidize just a little bit, half a shade. I personally think that the Hourglass glides a lot more smoother than the Makeup Forever. The Makeup Forever almost feels like a little waxy and it tugs on your skin. It maybe has a thicker formula. It's actually much smaller than the Makeup Forever, so maybe that could be a good thing. You can have more control when applying it, or it could be a bad thing. It might take more time. 1, 2. Wow, that was super easy. I didn't apply too much pressure. I don't know, I think it's easier to apply than the Makeup Forever because it's so much smaller. So let's just blend that out and okay. Definitely has some coverage to it. So you can see it blended out pretty seamlessly. Initially I do see dry patches here. Unfortunately, I always have patchiness there. So here we have just bare skin with only moisturizer, and then the layer of Vanish foundation where I applied 2 strokes. I don't know, because it's more coverage, to me it looks like makeup, looks a little cakey, but it did blend out beautifully. Covered my redness entirely. And you can barely see my freckles now. My pores look blurred, but it also looks cakey in this area. So I'll go ahead and use the Benefit POREfessional. So let's just apply that. I guess I'm gonna apply it where I have the most redness. It seems like it doesn't dry down too fast either, so I think a little goes a long way. But because I only did 1 swipe, I can kind of see that it provided less coverage. Yeah, it's still kind of patching up in this area whether or not I have a primer. So let's apply the rest of my face. This is very easy to blend, at least. A little bit on my nose. The chin. This has pretty good coverage. I'd say at least a solid medium coverage. It's more satin-like or demi-matte. Don't know if you guys can see the patchiness around here. My nose looks a little streaky. You can't really tell on camera. I have dry patches here. And it's clinging on to some dryness on my forehead. I don't know if you guys can see. As for the color match, I'm actually kind of surprised that it matches me. If the texture of your skin isn't as smooth, you may find problems with this stick foundation like I am. I'm not completely happy with it, but it does feel comfortable. Application was easy. You just swipe and blend. It blends very easily. A little goes a long way. You don't have to worry about it drying too fast. It almost felt like a liquid. This patchiness is not going away and I can't blend it out. And I even put a primer here, so keep that in mind. Another thing I thought this would be good for is cleaning up like your makeup and your contour. You know, if you mess up, you could just literally draw under the contour to clean it up. It's gonna offer a lot of coverage, and maybe that could be a waste of product, but I just thought it would be very versatile for, you know, cleaning up makeup and applying makeup. Let's go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup and we'll see how this wears underneath makeup as well. I will say the side where I applied the primer, in my opinion, looks a little bit more smoother. Right now it's comfortable, but it's a little bit drying. It feels drying, it looks drying. It doesn't look great on my skin. I have combination skin. I swatched the Hourglass and the Make Up Forever Stick Foundation on my hand, and it's really weird because I feel like it never sets. It still feels, I didn't blend it out, I just swiped it and let it dry, and I just don't feel like it sets all the way ever. And this one too is just very creamy, it stays creamy, so I don't know if that's how it is on my skin, but I blended it out so I can't really tell if it transfers. It does a little bit, I think, but if you don't blend it out, it just kind of stays unset for, I don't know, forever. Makeup forever. Hey Gizmo. How you doing? It's just not very hydrating. It feels like I just put a stick of pigments on my skin. So what I should do or should have done is prep my skin a lot better, because it still has clinged on to my dry patches. I am impressed about is the wear. I think it's wearing nicely. It's still on my skin. I don't see any separation, but instead I just see patchiness all over, and the patchiness that was there from the beginning is still there. But the rest of my skin, where there are no dry patches, looks nicer. You know, it's blended in, melted into my skin. But I am getting pretty shiny on my forehead, but around the cheeks, it looks fine. I didn't even powder under my eyes, so there's no powder on my skin besides blush, highlight, and some bronzer. Adding a primer or some type of base before applying this foundation is going to benefit you, because I do think this side looks a lot smoother and more even than over here. Here it just looks patchy. I did apply more product on this side, but still it looks patchy. Even my makeup looks more patchy, and here it's a lot more smooth. Gizmo, can you like move your tail or something? What are you doing? Are you posing? Around my nose, it doesn't look cakey. It's just, it looks cakey only in the areas with the patchiness. So if you have really smooth skin, or you prepped your skin, or you're good at prepping your skin really well, you probably won't have any issues with this foundation. But I do like the color match. That is very weird of me to say. From a distance, I still think it looks pretty decent. And the foundation has actually lasted a while. There's no separation on my skin. The oils didn't separate. My only complaint is that it looks very dry and scaly on my skin, especially around my cheeks. It just exaggerated my scaly skin. I feel like now it looks the driest but the oiliest. Like my forehead is very oily, and then around my cheeks is very dry and scaly. So maybe not the best for combination skin. I've never seen my skin look like snake skin in my life with any foundations that I've tried. Maybe not the best for dry skin unless you guys prep. It's comfortable that it doesn't feel heavy, but it's uncomfortable because it feels drying. Think of this foundation as a less luminous version of the Make Up Forever. This is probably going to be more suitable for people with oily skin that won't have these patchy problems and dryness. So you know what, oily girls, you may like this. Let's take off half my makeup. So you can definitely see it still provided that coverage. It didn't go anywhere. The foundation did a really good job at holding up throughout all those hours, but just a little too drying for me. But anyways, I hope you guys found this review helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!